Tonight, no free rides for motorists in a grand transport plan for a cash-strapped government.
Our approach, we don't make the decisions, our approach is making things bloody well happen.
Good evening, Deborah Rice with ABC News. Affordable and realistic, or just another pipe dream? Infrastructure New South Wales has recommended 70 major projects in its long-term vision with an estimated price tag of $30 billion. But there's funding for just 2. The top priority is a new motorway for Sydney, which on its own will cost $10 billion. More from state political reporter Eliza Blue.
It's a 20-year vision with a $30 billion price tag, and the big ticket item to tackle Sydney's transport nightmare is a motorway in the west.
The significance of today is that we finally have that blueprint that the state needs to get its infrastructure in order.
The 33-kilometre motorway will start at Parramatta, travelling through to the airport and southwest to Beverly Hills. The M4 will be widened to 4 lanes in each direction and extended to the City West link. Through new tunnels and roads, it links through the inner west to the airport, joining the M5, which will also be widened. Infrastructure New South Wales also recommends a new road linking the F3 in Sydney's north to the M2 in the Hills District. That road would be privately funded. The cost for motorists could be steep. The proposal is for drivers to pay a flagfall charge, similar to the arrangements in taxis, and then pay further tolling depending on the distance travelled.
It's commonplace that the only people who pay for infrastructure are users and taxpayers. In this case, the motorists are the users.
In the CBD, Infrastructure New South Wales wants buses moved underground and more train services on the City Circle network. That rules out light rail. Today, the boss of Infrastructure New South Wales acknowledged that's at odds with the government's Transport Master Plan released a month ago.
We all agree, though, that doing something in the CBD is fundamental. We do agree that we are a gridlock.
The important thing about light rail on the surface is it brings people to the shops, it brings people to the hotels. It's what modern cities do.
The opposition warns the plan is a long way from reality.
It's 18 months and still we have no answers as to when work will start and, more importantly, when work will be completed.
Nick Reiner says his plan is affordable and doable for a cash-strapped government.
Our approach is making things bloody well happen.
The government will release its full response to the report by the end of the year.
And Eliza Blue joins me in the studio. Eliza, there's a big focus on roads, but surely the last thing a growing city needs is more cars clogging them up.
Well, Deb, we heard today that Sydney-siders love their cars, and that could be, of course, because the public transport that we've got is not up to scratch. But the big project missing from today's announcement was the second Sydney Harbour crossing, and without that, it's going to be very hard to grow the rail network.
Now, there's plenty in the package, of course, for Sydney-siders, but what about regional areas?
Well, there's going to be a $300 million Bridges for the Bush program, and that's upgrading bridges across the regions, and that's going to hopefully get the freight moving. But some detail buried deep within the report was a question mark on the Pacific Highway work. They're wondering whether it's cost effective to actually upgrade sections of the road that have, fewer cars.
So do you think this is just another theoretical exercise, or that the government is actually going to take action?
Well, Barry O'Farrell, when he came to power, always said that he would only take action when there was a strategy rather than just commissioning haphazard projects. But of course, he has been criticised by some for commissioning too many reviews and not doing anything, and therefore coming to the second term and seeing no progress. The big question here, of course, is always how are they going to fund it? And they have actually been making some tough decisions. $1.7 billion of the Education Department is going, and $1.8 billion has been commissioned for a new roadway today.
Eliza Blue, thanks for that analysis.